Okay, I'm looking at the wrong color. Red team has 3 wards on the map. Now 4, but like they all have upgraded trinkets, so there should be a lot more than that.
I think that their vision just kind of expired recently.
Okay.
So like they haven't updated, but before they had very good ward coverage.
It was confusing to me which team was red because on the right side, Yasuo and Ashe are both blue. Okay.
What?
Nothing.
Alright.
I have a question for you.
With how far they're pushing up on top side, they really need a lot. They really need a lot more wards. Right now they have 1 in River, and like anyone can come up like this, and they should both die here. At least might get away. Probably not.
Let's crank. I would not suggest getting Swifties on Let's crank because like Mobies are better if you're going for movement speed, and then like if you're not going for the like super great movement speed, then just getting a like Merc Treads or Ninja Tabby are a lot better. Like yeah, Ashe, it's good against Ashe's slow, but that's not worth it now that you don't get the tenacity against Elise Stun and Ashe Arrow and all that shit.
Like it's really important to be cognizant of your vision control when you're trying to push inner turrets. Like really you should be warding up their jungle and trying to set up a pick on them because you don't have great siege, and that requires you guys to be like using sweepers and pink wards. And like they have a pink and bot side jungle, and when they were pushing on top side, their bot lane wasn't even in lane, so they're not really generating any pressure by being up there, they're just dying for free.
And then for both Jinx and Ashe, what you're supposed to do is you're supposed to get blue trinket whenever your support gets gets sightstone, because like you don't really need those wards anymore for bot lane because they're going to be together down there, and blue trinket is very useful, especially against a team that has to make picks to win the game.
Like right now, red team should either push down bot lane, like so the bot lane should be like the #1 place that they want to push down, but since they know that they can't siege very well, the entire bot side of blue team's jungle, or red team should ward the entire bot side of blue team's jungle, so that they can either get a Thresh hook or an Elise cocoon, because if you have Elise, Thresh, and Yasuo together, like not even including Ashe, you can pretty much, if you hook, play, or like Steel Tempest anyone, you'll kill them. Elise is really fed right now. Yeah.
What?
Renekton's doing a really good job at knowing when he can't fight. Yeah, X's fights fairly well. My team's getting Dragon, which is good. Because the only way that Warwick is getting in there unless he like holds someone that stands too close to the wall, so good on them for not standing too close, or flashes over it.
Renekton build-wise, I'm just not a huge fan of getting last push for a second. Like, yeah, I mean, Rumble built Zanya, sure, but like Black Cleaver is just a way better item, especially on Renekton.
You should really go Cleaver. Oh, rest in peace, Jinx. That's what I was talking about, like the whole hook thing. Like, Jinx just gets deleted.
Red team, you should just kill this turret before you try to fight. There you go.
And then they should kill Ari here too.
Ari, I'm not. Did you like run out of? No, you should have charges on your ults. You should have just like ran away instead of dying and giving them more gold. And honestly, they can probably get the like inhib turret out of this if they keep pushing. Rumble's not rotating. He doesn't have.
What is your client? What time is your client on?
25:46.
Okay, you're slightly behind me. Yeah, like that's what red team needed. I mean, on blue team side, what they really should have done is been more cognizant of the fact that they have like 3 forms of initiation, and if Yasuo ults on any of them, they'll probably kill the person, and stayed closer under their turret, because it's not like they don't have wave clear. They have Ari Jinx, like, there wasn't really any reason for any of them to get caught like that. Also staying when you're too low, that's another really big problem.
Oh man, that Jinx ult. I like went back and looked at it because I was confused as to how he could have possibly missed the ult when he was standing on a ward, but he didn't actually ult until after. Like, he ulted before Yasuo actually came in vision. So we all saw the ult missing.
Does Warwick... Actually, I guess they're both equally behind. I'm gonna say Warwick's really generous giving Ahri blue even though she's behind, but... Because, I mean, Ahri isn't super mana hungry, especially if she has Merlin Omicron. I mean, the CDR is good, but if your jungler's doing more work on the map, then give it to the jungler. But I just realized that...
I don't know, but they're gonna have to be, like, going against sieging, and, like, Jinx also has really good wave player, but Ahri's gonna be doing, like, most of the work. So I would give the blue over.
That's a big Renekton.
I mean, it's a gigantic Renekton.
I mean, the CS... I mean, the kill difference isn't that big in top lane, but the CS differential is massive. We're talking
honestly,
like 2,000 gold.
Like, the only lane that is not behind in CS significantly is bot lane. It's actually ahead in CS.
I kind of feel bad in hindsight because Blitzcrank does not want to be there. That is not a place that... There is no help where they're going.
I'm not sure. You shouldn't try to fight that. And like Jinx might come and try to fight too, but I like the ward that Red Side placed in the Wolf Pit. Like, not a lot of people ward that, but it's a very good ward. Especially since like a lot of people do what Ahri just tried to do, which is like camp there for somebody to come by.
Yeah, if you're playing a champion like Ahri, you should really invest in a sweeper. Like, especially if you're looking to get picks on people.
But yeah, blue side should really send someone to stop that. Like, they didn't even save the top turret, but saving top outer would not be worth losing bottom inner.
Inhibitor to it, yeah. Oh, and what Jinx did at the inner turret in top lane, like, that is a mistake that people make. Not only, like, in silver, so, like, don't think it's, like, that bad, but, I mean, in platinum, diamond, people still have to end up overstaying in areas that, like, they can get dove at. So, like, Renekton, with Dominus, he can tank a lot of turret shots, whether or not he has, like, armor or not. And then, on top of that, Homeboy is level 16. You're level 13 as Jinx, and you really don't want to be anywhere near where he is. Especially when he has that much damage. Now he has... This kid has maximum penetration. Oh my goodness. So, like, blue team hasn't even begun stacking armor, really. Like, we got a Warden's Bell on Blitzcrank, we got Zhonya's on Rumble, we almost have Zhonya's on Ahri, but we already have Black Cleaver, which is going to give Yasuo 30% penetration whenever Renekton's going ham. And Renekton also has Last Whisper already.
And then, I don't know what's up with you guys getting Swifties, but they are very rarely the best boot choice. Like, Renekton, I would have gone... I mean, honestly, Ninja Tabi would be good if you're worried about the Jinx damage, but like, or if you're, like, basically, if you're gonna build a, if the first defense item that you're gonna build is MR, then you want to get Ninja Tabi. If it's not, then you want to get Merc Treads, unless like they have no CC, but their team has like Charm, which is the main thing that it would be for.
That's why Khalil went down to plat for research, not because he tilted. You know, you're exactly correct, Hypersloth. I respect the hell out of that. That's good analysis, quality analysis.
That was very bad for both sides because they all went, but they were too late. So Renekton got Inhibitor and they got Baron. So
I mean, this game is kind of my bad because I guess I didn't really. Okay, I didn't expect top lane to win, because I'm pretty sure, like, Rumble's almost an entire league above him. Like, I don't know how that matchup actually goes when it's played out.
The matchup is pretty shitty for Rumble.
Okay, that makes sense then. And then
but also, you can just, with Rumble, you can just like back off and not really fight him. So it's like you're not gonna be able to fight him until like actually you're pretty much never gonna be able to fight him. But Yasuo, I don't think I would have done that, but it worked out because they were so far ahead. But in general, that was not the best decision.
I mean, one good thing you can do with Yasuo, like if that were early, is that you can use the third charge of Steel Tempest to zone him off from his like taking his Q. But I wouldn't actually take it over the wall if you can't see anything over there. That's a little ballsy.
Alright, what you're gonna want to do here is instead of doing, well, I guess that worked. Never mind. It shouldn't have worked, but it did.
They're just proving us wrong. We don't know what we're talking about, Randy. Oh, that's what I was saying. I feel kind of bad with respect to this game because there's like an elo discrepancy between the mid lane and the jungler. Like the jungler's unranked, but I just kind of figured he'd be around like silver 5-ish. Is that what their jungler is? That's what Elise is. Elise is silver 2, my bad. Yasuo is silver 5, so that's why I didn't think the mid lane matchup would be that bad. But obviously I haven't played at that elo enough in a long time. Because I didn't think that it would be this big of... I mean, and mid and jungle are like... early game, the most important roles in the game by far. So like, your top laner's on an island, he can make plays bot lane, but most of what he does is going to be on him. Mid lane has the easiest access to every lane in the game, and the jungler, obviously, like his job is to access every lane in the game. So if you have a really strong mid and jungle, 9 times out of 10 you're going to beat the other team, unless one of your lanes like just goes to sleep. That can exert the most pressure early game, and that is actually how you set it. Like, sure, you need bot lane to be like in a decent position to do dragons, but if the enemy team's mid laner and jungler are out pressuring you, it doesn't matter if your bot lane is losing because your AD carry still has to like farm for 10 more minutes before he becomes relevant. So I mean, part of it has to do with the champions pick because Elise is gonna shit on Warwick, Yasuo is gonna shit on Ahri. Like, that's how the matchups go. But there also happens to be a bit of an elo discrepancy. I don't think it's huge personally, but yeah.
Honestly, I think by far the turning point of this game was the Renekton TP to bot lane.
Yeah.
Like, that heavily swung the favor of the game into red sides.
Like, even though their bot lane ended up losing, Renekton got so far ahead of Rumble that he just started running around diving people. And like, as a top laner, that's the best thing you can do to support your team, is to understand that, oh, I don't have to stand in this lane all day. There's a whole new world out there, and to just go and explore it, and that's what Renekton did, and look, he's fucking wealthy. That's how you should approach it. Should Elise have gone Rylai's as a second or third item? I'm pretty sure that there are some junglers, like primarily in EU, that do a lot of, like, they'll do that build. Like, I'm pretty sure Dexter does it. I'm not certain, but Rylai's isn't a bad second item either. I mean, I think the reason why I think Elise went Frozen Heart second. I think the reason she did that was because of how much armor. Actually, I don't know why she did that. I wouldn't have done that. I probably would have went Rylai's. Like, if it were the other way around, if Elise were on blue team, I think Frozen Heart would not have been a bad idea. But with Elise, like, you generally want to build a lot of AP on her now because her base damage is so high and her ratios are pretty decent. And that coupled with her execute makes her really good at just perpetually keeping the other team down, especially when you do a lot of burst damage. Frozen Heart is really only affecting Jinx, and Elise wasn't even bought very often, so... Like, actually, no one else on the... I guess Warwick does, because of one of his, like, passes or whatever. But I don't think it's really worth it, considering most of Warwick's damage ends up being magic anyway. I think. Devour. Yeah. And Warwick still hasn't sated at 34 minutes, so this has been a rough game. But it's like I said, it's understandable. Like, those... Yasuo snowballs really hard, Elise snowballs really hard. Warwick and Ahri... Well, Ahri can snowball pretty hard, but she didn't, and that's a bad matchup for her. Oh, I also did not notice that Elise went Cinderhulk. I assumed she went Runeglaive. I'm more in favor of, like, AP-oriented builds on Elise. I think it goes a much longer way. I mean, it worked out, but I would definitely recommend more AP-oriented builds. Because, I mean, like, Score goes Runeglaive into Rylai's into Zhonya's. That's a good example. If Elise went for CDs, that should have been better. What would you suggest? For CDR, I don't think Elise really needs the CDR, honestly. She's really good at executing people, and I don't think she really has to spam her abilities. So it's more important to get, like, the AP for the damage, and also, like, a decent amount of tankiness to where you're just not getting blown up. And Rylai's is really good with that. And then Zhonya's gives you damage and resistances, so if they were really AP heavy on blue team, you could just like go maybe Abyssal. Yeah, that would be that'd be a lot of damage. You get like, yeah, and he has Abyssal, so yeah, like so that's gonna give you like 35 magic penetration. It's crazy. That's a lot of damage. I'm pretty sure MR works the same way that armor does, in that every point of MR gives you 1% effective health. So you're doing like, when you have 35% less effective health, that's a lot of damage. Don't quote me that then, I'm pretty sure. I know armor works like that. Yasuo going for the play. Is he gonna do it? Nah, that Blitzcrank silence. I think they're just having fun now. Actually, I'm pretty sure if Yasuo had Elixir of Wrath, he would have been fine. I mean, his team picked up Baron, so worth. How many stacks is Warwick even at? My boy is at 27. He is on the struggle bus right now. Sorry, Khalil Senpai, I didn't get the 1v4. Okay, I'll be completely honest, I probably would have done the same thing, but that is legitimately how you could potentially throw a game like that. I mean, in their position, probably not. They've got a 14k gold lead, they have an inhibitor down, the other inhibitor is exposed, and yeah. But keep in mind that the red team would actually outscale them, so even though that's probably what I would have done, it wasn't necessarily the best thing to do.
Alright, what did I miss? Red side got Baron again, got another dragon.
Yasuo almost got the one before. Yeah.
Okay.
He did it for me. What a god. I mean, honestly, you almost had it. I was impressed. What red team is doing right now, like, this is being overeager and also being really reckless because they are just gonna die here. Like, when you have Baron and you have Baron, you want to group with all 5 people. Like, you could say you could do like a 4-1 split, like maybe someone has teleport, or like maybe you just know the other person is gonna draw 2 people. Like Yasuo could probably do it because he's fast as hell right now. But they just lost Baron on 2 people and gave them, they get shutdowns for that? I don't think so, but they gave him a decent amount of gold, and they didn't even get the inhibitor, so that was a small throw.
It's gonna be big enough to swing the game, but
no, probably not. But I think it's
really
better
what needs to happen for this side here is they need to, like, Ari and Warwick need to focus, and Blitzcrank need to focus more on peeling for Jinx, and they need to get Jinx the first reset, and from there she can, like, hopefully get away from all of the enemy team while still doing damage, because Jinx is very strong at that. But like, they really, like, I don't think they can really do much. I think it more has to be red side that throws.
It's also interesting that blue team or red team has a level advantage in a lot of situations. Wait, no, never mind. It's only Elise is down, and then Ashe is also down 2 levels.
Well, actually, yeah, always a lot, or it happens a lot whenever people get inhibitors because then the other team is just smart.
That makes sense. Oh yeah, so finishing the BT, he should, if he's following the guide, boys, he's gonna build Guardian Angel now. Yeah, he's building Guardian Angel. I'm gonna shed a single tear on stream. This is beautiful. I'm glad to see the.
All right, I don't like what red side is doing again because they're not waiting for Yasuo.
Not together.
Yasuo is very strong. Like, if they actually engage, I think that's a very poor decision.
Like, Yasuo is literally almost all of their damage. Like, yeah, Renekton does damage, but he's gonna hit 1 person at a time most of the time. Actually, that Renekton does a shit ton of damage. I stand corrected. He has no boots. He bought the Shiv, boys. But he did die. I didn't even see that. It looks like they used the Warwick Ari combo. Right and true. So, red team should really just be getting the fuck out of here. Yeah, Renekton built the Shiv. He sold it. He understands the error of his ways. Oh, no, he bet his Zephyr.
Actually, right there, I saw an opportunity for, if Ashe had arrowed Jinx there, then I think that could have been a very good pick for them, and then they wouldn't have had much. And then, like, did you see that Jinx crit? Because that just did all of their HP, and that is exactly what blue team needed to do.
Yup.
Like, this is essentially, like, we were wrong about the early game. Like, it didn't exactly go as we thought, but this is exactly how
we expected them to get shit on.
Blue side just outpicked the other team.
Because I mean, all the lanes that were expected to win won. Like, connected over Rumble, Elise, Yasuo over Warwick Ahri, but then something like that happens, and it's good that blue team understands that they can get a lot out of this. Honestly, I would just take the inhibitor.
If Renekton does the stupid thing and just goes in here and tries to defend the tower, then
red team is
like
screwed.
it's a very bad for red side. Like, he should just give up this inhib, and like, yeah, it sucks that they got inhib off of that, and that is also a stupid decision. Like, you're not going to be able to get that in time. They're going to be able to B and stop you.
I don't know, he has a lot of
maybe I'm wrong.
He has a Zephyr.
Oh, damn, he does have a
Randy.
Zephyr.
Didn't see the Zephyr Renekton coming out in the clutch.
I did not see the Zephyr. There we go.
That boy's moving. That's a lot of
And
flashes
see,
that
I
were
don't know,
necessary.
that wasn't awful. That wasn't awful by Renekton then, actually. I underestimated his damage. But the problem is that now blue side can easily get a dragon out of that, and then if like red side does not back off and let them have the dragon, then they can force a fight and then get a Baron in a minute 30.
And I feel like red team is not going to back off of it because it's just their 5th dragon.
But I guess
The team didn't group fast enough, yeah.
It is their 5th. Okay, yep. Flash over, you got this. Aw, damn.
It is a...
So actually, that's pretty bad, but...
Yeah. Does Yasuo have Elixir of Wrath? If he doesn't have Elixir of Wrath, I'm deleting him from my friends list. Alright.
Yeah, he does.
Oh, he does?
Oh, wait, no, he doesn't.
Oh, he doesn't. That's Dragon Ball.
It was Aspect of the Dragon in this one.
Gotta delete him from my friends list. Gotta get those Elixirs of Wrath. You have no lifesteal, and... Honestly, instead of building the... he might not be building GA. Oh yeah, I forgot he had Bloodthirster. That's my bad. But I honestly think he should just build QSS instead of the Guardian Angel. Like... As their main damage threat, he cannot afford to get Warwick ulted. Like, Ashe does okay damage, but she doesn't do Yasuo damage. Like, if he picks the fights correctly, he will be able to kill their entire team. Like, you saw his, like, what was that, his Q crit did 1,400 damage. Warwick only has Warden's Mill for armor. Like, he'll run through this entire team.
Oh, actually, that's, like, they should have gotten, okay, so Blitz got Randuin's, but Warwick should have already had a Randuin's by now because, like,
they don't want to fight there.
Yasuo and Ashe, who both basically crit every auto hit.
But Yasuo has 1,000 damage worth of shield, so whatever, I guess. This Baron is very risky.
I like the Jinx ult here.
Yeah, like if Jinx ults and they die. Oh, right then. Alright, maybe this time Red Team will group together and push his 5. Because they can easily get that top
But, like, honestly, if Red Team kills Jinx, then
it won't even
they
matter.
win. If they don't kill Jinx, then they lose.
Like, if I were
Which is
Yasuo,
why I would really have liked, like, a Malphite pick here instead of Renekton, because if they had Malphite, they would have already won this game.
Right, so Yasuo got the QSS, that's good. So that when Warwick inevitably ults him, he'll just QSS it, no big deal. Keep moving. Win Wall the Charm. And then there's no other CC things to worry about other than Blitz's Silence, which you can avoid just by not standing on top of Blitzcrank, which might be hard because he'll probably be on top of Jinx, but that's not awful. You can still auto attack. If I were in Yasuo's position, I think they should just... He needs to get a knock up on Jinx essentially, or he needs to focus on just windwalling off Jinx's damage, which is not hard to do.
Honestly, with the Baron up minions, I would teach top instead of mid.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, they don't even have a tower there, so they can get that pretty much any time they want. But you may as well use Baron buff for its, like, best use.
It's a solid preemptive.
And that's what Windroll is so strong for.
Yeah, they can't do anything. Like a very good use of Windwall.
They shouldn't send both Jinx and Rumble. Like, I think there's just a miscommunication there, but...
That Q damage is disgusting. On a 1.3 second cooldown, ladies and gentlemen. And he'll actually be able to finish that into Mercurial Scimitar if this game goes that long. Hope it doesn't, but that is an option. This kid's gonna be doing
only
damage.
three more after this, boys.
Only 3? Oh god. Oh, he bought the Elixir of Wrath. He's repented. Right, that's not an ideal target, but that's not awful.
I mean, it works.
Okay, red team! You're in Rumble.
Jinx is alive though, so if they can kill Yasuo, then I think they won the game.
Yep.
Well, maybe not, because minions...
Yeah, they have no wave. They have no
so
lane
Warwick has
pressure.
to go defend. But they should... I wouldn't send all of them back to defend. I don't know. Because Jinx still
They
has
could
GA,
just go
so if they do
tank.
that
They
same
could
thing,
literally
they
send
can-
Warwick and Jinx to bot lane and just tank that out of 2.
Okay, that is not worth it, Rumble. Like, don't do that. You just teleported to a minion from, like, your inhibitor. But, like, it was, like, basically, I'm pretty sure it would have taken you, like, 5 more seconds to walk to there than to teleport there. That was not worth your teleport at all. Plus, Renekton has teleport, so there might be a repeat of last time.
Like, the biggest thing is they have got to stop standing in those Rumble ults. Like, Rumble's build is very AP oriented. Like, he does so much damage.
That's pretty standard. Alright, Blue side should definitely back off here because 2 of them are low. There's no Jinx Flash, which is a big thing. Like, honestly, if I were them, I would probably just try to wait until Jinx has Flash up to stop, because, like, that's extremely helpful against both Renekton and Yasuo. But they really need to contest this dragon because they don't want the red side to get another 5th dragon.
Oh, rest in peace, the unsafe recalls, boys. This is awkward.
Shut down.
Very dead, Ari.
I don't know. I wouldn't have flashed. You really never want to flash if it's not going to help you at all because it's just wasting. And blue side, you really don't want to fight. Like, if you probably won't win a 4v5 unless you outplay them a lot. And it's just like they get the 5th dragon, which you really don't want them to get, but it's better than them getting 4 kills and the 5th dragon and winning the game. That's a lot of damage.
That is a lot of damage.
And Jinx has some pretty sick CS.
Oh, that's pretty dank in my opinion. When is Lord Barno out?
Not 2 minutes from now.
Oh, 2 minutes now, okay.
I said not 2 minutes from now.
I know, my client's ahead of yours.
Ah, I see. Honestly, one thing I could have seen red side doing, it would be a little bit risky, but you can stall out the dragon and just not take it until closer to when Baron's up, because then you can have both buffs and then you win. But it's a lot more risky, so you have to like wait the pros and cons. Oh, this is GG, I think.
Oh, good on them for just attacking the Nexus. I would have played team deathmatch there for sure. Although I think they would have lost the team deathmatch because rest in peace, Ash. Alright, that's the first game. What is wrong with my client? Holy hell. Alright. I'm just gonna ult F4. We're good.
So Rumble, you just couldn't carry hard enough. I know the feeling.
Like, Rumble actually was playing really well, despite having like a rough lane against a Renekton and Renekton applying so much pressure. He was doing pretty well in team fights. Like, he did crazy damage, holy shit. Ari actually did a lot of damage. Well, I mean, she pokes a lot, but still. Jinx did not do as much damage as I expected. And Ash was there with
she didn't.
Hero.
I guess it was because like in lane she didn't really trade much. It was just farm fest. But like in those team fights, she did. Her crits were huge.
Boku Demaglio. Okay, so we're gonna start game 2. Oh man, I should have done this while we were watching that.
All right, and if you have any questions about like specific to your play, then just like ask me, and if I can help you, then I'll help you.
Alright. Hopefully these people are here.
Oh yeah, actually, that's a new rule from now on. Is if the game lasts longer than 40 minutes, then red side has to forfeit.
I hope this is just
Here, Quill, invite me.
Alright. I actually have not checked anyone's roles at all. I'm just gonna let them sort them out amongst themselves because I don't have time to tell all these people what roles they're playing.
Invite me too.
Alright, one sec. Shut up, Randy. Give me cancer. Oh, I'm gold. I'll fill in. Alright, so we're missing Little Soybean and Diamond Seed. How many people is that? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6?
And invite Andrew.
Yeah.
Oh, we have 9. Right, wait. Whoops. Andrew is Delta Drake.
Invite? Yeah.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So we need 3 more people. Let me check the Discord channel.
I think Garrett wanted an invite. I don't know what he plays besides support, though.
Garrett?
I don't know what roles we have so far.
Okay, so Diamond Seed get here. The only thing we're missing Little Soybean. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Okay, then we'll find one more person. Oh, right, Josh wanted to play, so we'll get Josh in here. And Garrett is gold?
Garrett Silver.
Silver.
Hey, Quill, you should probably come to spectator, though, so
Yeah.
they can join.
Oh, Shannon can play as well. Wait, isn't he platinum?
So I guess, is Keaton playing? He's gold, too.
Is he? I'll invite him. I'll ask him rather. Dude, I have too many tabs open. This is cancer. Okay, I don't need this. Here we go. What's up? I want to learn. Oh, that's right. Garrett wanted to play. Do I have? What is Garrett's username?
Bootcamp. Garrett is in queue now, though, so I don't know.
We'll just use Keaton probably.
Does Jay want to learn?
Does Jay want to learn? Hey, can we get the gold 5 king in here? Where is he? Please play.
I know this nigga doesn't actually want me to fucking play.
Yo, Jay, I have a request.
Yeah.
Wait, fuck. Yo, Jay, I'm gonna need you to do me a solid and participate in this League Academy. As the Gold 5 King, they need their liege. Is my raid call mic muted?
Bro, you want me to come? I'm only silver 4, but I could play.
Shut up, Brady.
Gold only, bro.
Please, Keaton. Invite
What?
Shannock. Yeah, you ignored me. They needed the Gold 5 King, and you left them in their time of need.
Oh, dude, sorry. I was actually not gonna play with those garbage cans.
Damn.
That was insane. Yeah, that snips.
We're using Shannock.
Jesus Christ.
Oh, you messaged me on Discord. Wait, is that other kid bad, bro?
No. I don't know. It's called.
Beat your ass.
Jay doesn't even go here.
Fucking a J.
Alright, I'm muting you guys.
You mean
Fucking
me, I'm AFK.
raid call populated with all you ratchets.
You mean me.
Wait, even me?
Alright. Did you guys get teams set up? Alright guys, I'm gonna try to get this team set up. It's kind of hard to set up teams for 40 people when not all of them necessarily show up. Gold did a damn good job at showing up. We only had one person not show up, but in bronze/silver, we had like 3 people that didn't show up, so that was kind of tough. It puts a wrench in things. Oh, then you moved Shannock to team 2.
By the way, Clay, your mic is muted. I don't know if it's supposed to be or what.
Oh, it was muted in Discord because I was talking in raid call.
Ah.
I can't hear anyone in team 2.
Can't hear anyone else.
Can you hear me? He left. Awkward. Diamond Seed, can you hear me? God damn it. Diamond Seed, can you hear me? Yay, nay? Wait, Zenzuki, can you talk? Okay, I don't hear anyone in Team 2, actually. Do you guys... You might want to try downloading the client. I mean, if you all have... Diamond Seed... I can hear you, Nox. Okay, everyone in the main chat room. Oh, shit. I know what it is.
Can you hear me?
Can you hear it now?
Oh my
Can all
god,
of you
I
hear
can
now?
hear someone.
Ow, ow,
Yeah.
ow.
Ah, okay, that's my
What's
bad. I
happening?
had the channel permissions fucked up because since you guys aren't members of this server, it has all of you muted by default unless you're in the
Okay,
general
it's
channel.
not working anymore.
Since we're not members, what?
Oh, is it not working?
Alright, so that works out now.
Can you guys hear now?
Do?
Oh, I had to
I
change the
can-
channel permissions because you guys aren't members of this server. None of you can speak outside of the channel I gave you permission to speak in, which was the original, the like general one.
Hey, Keaton, switch teams, like in Discord.
Pit Pet Kitty Cat, I don't know if she unmuted or he unmuted his mic or not. They
They said their mic isn't working. They're just gonna type.
Oh, alright. So what are our lanes?
You guys
I think
figure that
us
out yourselves,
agency.
yeah.
That's what I was. Diamond, what are you?
What do you want
Ryan,
to
can you
play?
not hear yourself?
I don't care.
You
I'll
should
play
be fine, Ryan.
Mid, preferably, but jungle or mid or top, whatever.
Okay.
Nobody cares, Ryan.
Oh, that's good. Then this is the perfect relationship. You just have to answer to us.
Yeah. There's no communication.
Ryan sucks ass. Maximus sucks ass.
He's just not nice.
Hey, Knox, how you doing? He carries
Yo.
answer to the supports that
I'm just
keep
making
them
sure you
alive.
guys can communicate.
Hey, hey,
can't.
Khalil.
What's up?
Can you check
Wait, sorry, can I check what?
Can you check Sam Tyra's permissions?
Yes.
Alright, thanks.
Communicate with your team. Is that a thing we're...
So wait, Sam, you can hear us, but you can't talk?
Yeah.
Alright, go into your settings, user settings, and go to voice. Yeah, and then go to voice. And go to basic, and look at your output device and see if it's the correct output device is selected. Yeah, my bad, stream. I didn't expect it to take so long, but since everyone hasn't used this application before, and there's like 7 million people, it's taking a little longer than we want it to. We're gonna try and expedite the process, but you're gonna have to bear with us. It should be better next week. I'll have to do some organizational
Sam
things.
is jungle. Theos, does he want mid?
I prefer either mid or support. It doesn't matter either.
Alright, well, if you want a mid, I'll go top. Because I pref top for mid.
Sam, what did you want? I didn't see what you said. Jungle?
It looks like he plays jungle. Yeah.
Alright, I fixed all of these channels now. Man, who knew? Yo, Team 2, you guys good?
Yeah.
Alright,
What?
who's Sam?
Sam
Jordan says-
left.
Sam, am I?
Yes. Pat, kitty cat is talking.
I think. Oh, he's restarting his client. I think. I imagine.
Oh, okay.
Do you have a rice?
Okay, yeah.
So I'm asking if I want to eat. Albert.
Is there a way to have height full screen but have the screen
Hey,
showing?
Diamond, are you there?
Yes. Okay. To do that, click. There's a theater mode on the bottom part of the stream. Like it's. I think it's near the share button. I want to say. I don't know for sure. Channel. Yeah, if you go to the right of share, that's the theater mode. Click that. No, for sure. Nice. No problems, homie. No problem. Alright, we're in there, finally! Alright. the dream, boys. Oh, let me get Randy in here. You have to add me back to the throne. True. Alright, where's Randy? There's Randy. There we go.
Alright, there.
I just realized my Discord thing was still muted.
Nice.
Alright, so these are very standard bans. Mord is very strong. His dragon control, like, his dragon is retardedly powerful. Darius is very, very strong. Fiora is ridiculous. Like, these are pretty much what everyone bans. Same with Garen. Alright, so I mean with this is like very standard bans. The only bans that are really interchangeable are like Elise is not always banned. She's very strong, but a lot of times Soraka is banned. I mean honestly that's pretty much it.
Ready? I'm using the same document.
Tested after Elise. Maybe Skarner, but because Skarner got nerfed so hard, but like Fiora, Mordekaiser, and Darius are complete must bans.
Yep. I think Gangplank should be up there as well at the moment.
So Morgan's a pretty good pick into Nami. She's not the best because Nami can poke down her shield with her W pretty easily, but it's not bad. She has a lot of pick potential, or Morg can pick Nami pretty easily because Nami is squishing, and if she can land a binding, then that's good. Morg Jinx is a very strong. It's not the laning phase is pretty strong. They have the double snare combo, but late game Morg shield is been like it's invaluable for getting things like Nocturne off. Kalista is very strong right now. And Nami Kalista is a pretty strong lane because if Nami E's, then Kalista can get like multiple auto attacks without them being able to run away, and then it slows them without having to use Rend until after all of that shit. Nocturne is a good pick, I would say, just because they have Jinx. So they need a jungler who can get on Jinx in team fights, and Nocturne's good for that.
And also, it gives them a bit of damage diversity. Nocturnes typically go Devour. I mean, I don't think Warrior is as strong as it used to be after the nerfs, and Devour is really strong on Nocturne. I don't on Nocturne.
Yeah, it's like Cinderhold, Black Cleaver, and whatever the Hydra is.
Okay, that makes sense because I feel like Nocturne's one of the junglers that it's better to build a lot of damage on.
I would say in solo queue, but like I guess that's more on like high.
I mean, like here, I think you want to just delete Jinx.
Yeah. So right now, purple side has a lot of damage. Like Lee, like early game damage is ridiculous. Lee's gonna fall off because that's what Lees do. But if Lee can create a lot of pressure early, then that's very good.
Yeah, on pro builds, they typically run Warrior and Devour, so I guess Warrior isn't that bad after all. I gives him a lot of early pressure for sure, like especially if he wants to shut down a lane in particular. In terms of kill pressure, it looks like his lanes have a lot of kill pressure. I mean, bot lane so-so because of the Morgana there for the Black Shield, but I think mid lane especially, unless their mid laner picks something really, really, really safe and anti-fizz.
See, I'm not a huge fan of their team right now on blue side.
I don't like blue side's team at all. I feel like they needed something tankier on the top lane for sure. Unless like Jace just shits on Riven. And then their bot lane, like a tankier support would have been nice because you don't want Nocturne to build a bunch of tankiness because he doesn't really have many heal things in his kit. He's much better at just diving and killing someone.
Like, I would say basically how Blue Side's going to win this is by getting Fizz ahead early, having Fizz roam, get kills in other lanes, and then getting Kalista fed.
Mhm.
Because unless Riven had, like, if Riven can, or Kalista can, like, kite around Riven unless Riven has flash up, in which Kalista's probably dead. The Victor pick is interesting because, like, level 1 he can zone Fizz off, but he loses to Fizz after a while. But the good thing is, after level 7, once he gets his upgraded like Hex core, then he can just one-shot the backline. So he can just like play very safe against Fizz. But the problem is, like, with Fizz ult and Nocturnal, like, if they use both ults on Victor, then he's dead. But that's pretty much the case with any mid laner that they would have picked.
God damn it. I got a message in my league client. Do you get Mesh Ice on Zed before or after Rod of Ages?
Well, which is it?
What's up?
Which is it? Before or after?
Which is it?
You definitely get Rod of Ages last because you want the early game pressure from Mesh Ice. Rod is a late game item anyway, you know.
Alright, rune wise, Nami, that's kind of weird, but it's pretty weird. Like, you have armor, but you're still gonna be squishy because you don't have any health, and you didn't take 9 points in the defensive tree to get the bonus 36 health. So I don't really like that. And then, like, that mana regen is basically useless. Like the mana, like, I like in the runes, unless you're somebody like Alistar or Braum or somebody who has very high base HP, and you want like a mixture of armor and health because health is actually better early game.
For yellows and
you have 19 bonus armor. What?
For yellows and glyphs or yellows and blues?
I don't know. I can't actually look at that. I'm just looking at the total stats.
Oh, gotcha.
And then the mana regen, like, you just need to conserve. You just need to like work with your mana better. Like, there are very few champions that you actually want to take mana regen on just because, like, it's a stat that is completely useless and, like it's pretty much completely useless and if you have full mana. It's a completely worthless stat.
There, hit in-game info and it'll show you exactly what the runes are.
On what?
The link that I posted.
Skill.
Oh yeah, you just go to op.gg and click in-game info and then click, I'm using their click to use their updated interface or whatever, and on the top, and then go to, then you can click the Runes of Masters. And this is, it's a lot neater to look at too.
Alright, and then for Ryan, once again, I think that taking attack speed quintessences on 80 carries is very strong. It allows you to trade more often because, like, basically because what attack speed is good for early game is that you can get auto attacks off a lot faster whenever the other 80 carry goes for a CS or something, so you can get free damage on them. And plus on Kalista, you can stack up Ren more often, so that's like a bonus. Mastery wise, though, that's like standard. Wait, never mind, you're Kalista. Fizz, Alright, Fizz, I guess you have a mixture of flat health, of health per level, and armor seals. Like, I haven't tried. You have a weird rune page. I can see it working, but it's weird. And then mastery wise, like, that's fine. Keaton, that's like very standard. That works fine.
Did you say the Fizz page was weird?
Yeah, it is. He has one attack damage mark, and then the rest is hybrid pin, and then he has like a mixture of health per level, and armor seals, and then he has 4 flat AP glyphs and 5 flat MR ones. Like, it seems like you're trying to do too much with that page.
Yeah, I think the reason why the reds are strange is you probably didn't have enough IP to buy another hybrid mark, I'm guessing.
Oh, true. That makes sense. And then Nocturne.
A mix of health and armor isn't bad. Like, it's actually fine. But I think on the blues for sure, the MR and AP being split is very strange. Like, depending on what you're itemizing, you can determine whether or not you need magic resist. Against Victor, you probably need magic resist. He has really good trade potential with his Q because it gives him the temporary shield, and also this is gonna get just completely dumpstered at level 1. So we're gonna have to be looking for that because Victor can trade really well with his Qs with the empowered auto attack, and Fizz can't really do anything about it. So magic resist would be the safe option for sure. I haven't played Fizz in a while, but I imagine that flat AP is still really good, or not flat AP. That cooldown reduction is still decent on him, but it really just depends on how you want to play the matchup. I know that it used to be that you would run partial CDR and partial magic resist on Fizz, like 5% CDR and then run MR to replace it, because he still gets MR per level, unlike some melee champions like Yasuo.
Okay, Josh, your runes are fine. Like, I don't know if I'd go with the 2 health, but like I would just go for more damage. But usually on almost all junglers, you want to go into the offense tree. Like, you want to go 21-9 basically, because it improves your clear by so much, it's ridiculous. And then, like, if you have an improved clear, then you can buy tankier stats. Like, the only junglers I wouldn't really do that on are, like, the complete tank junglers. Like, maybe on Zac or, like, Dr. Mundo or something. But on almost everyone else, you go 21-9. Alright, Riven, that's completely standard. Like 5% CDR glyphs, that's nice. So you have 10%, and you can just get like Yumu's and Black Cleaver or whatever. So that's good. Jinx, once again, taking attack speed, it's really nice. Like, basically just replace your attack damage quints with attack speed quints. Lee, that's standard. Like, the 5% can be nice for you too, so you have 10% CDR at level 1. It's just, like, that works.
Pretty cool, we'll have to reorganize the scoreboard.
Oh, true.
Alright, Morgana, that's pretty standard. Like, you have a mixture of health. You have a mixture of, like, health and armor, so you're pretty tanky early. I don't know about your masteries. I would prefer just 0, 9, 21, honestly, but, like, that's not awful. Victor is really good to go for the... Actually, I guess you're against Fizz, so it's like having the MR instead of the CDR is probably worth it in that case, so never mind. Alright, it's a pretty quiet game early. Chanik, one thing that you can do is, like, you and the jungler, it's really nice, especially if you're against a jungler like Lee Sin, who's probably going to invade like he is right now. It's really nice if you double jungler. Like, Lee, I guess blowing your flash, I think you could have gotten away, but I guess if that was too risky, then that's fine. But what I was saying is double jungling, so basically what you do is the top laner and the jungler go to top side, and then they take Gromp first, and the top laner essentially, like, oh, never mind, you don't have TP. I just saw that. Never mind, but I would have probably taken TP and done that. Alright, Lee, you're just, like, trying to invade him a lot, and it's not really working out for you. So usually if your first invade fails, then you want to, like, you want to farm for a little while before you invade again, just because, like, you wasted time and you got behind, so now if you invade again and it doesn't work out, then it's like, you're even further behind. No, that was a nice bubble moment.
Yeah, back to
Nocturne, one thing is you, like, the Victor knows that you're right there because he can see your trail. So usually what you want to go do is you want to, like, trail towards the bush, like, towards, like, red buff so they can't actually see you go there. Because, like, now they all came for you and you're probably, you might not die, but, like, you should have, like, the Victor wouldn't have known that you were there if you didn't, if you did the trail properly. That was nice getting out by Aldo. Wait, Khalil, are you muted or something?
No, I'm here. I mean, back to what Randy was saying about, I mean, it ended up working out for them, but if Nocturne hadn't taken as risky of a decision, instead of Lee having to go, like, because actually Riven just lost a ton of creeps up in top lane, and so Jace is most likely going to get 5 before her, even though she's the one with teleport, and that's a big problem in top lane because you don't get as many opportunities to catch back up after you fall behind. So when you get pressured, when a jungler gets pressured like that in their jungle, they're costing their laners a lot of stuff. I mean, Jace is only up 7 CS. I would expect to be a little more ahead because of the pressure that he was getting from Nocturne being in the jungle. But at the same time, if Lee hadn't been trying to invade Nocturne so much and had just gone and done his red, he could have ganked Jace, who's just been pushed to turret with no ward and tri-bush. And with Riven, like, you actually have a lot of kill pressure against the Jace.
Honestly, Lee, your jungling right now is just very inefficient. Like, you're not being very decisive. Like, you were thinking about going top lane, so, like, you, like, ran over there and then you decided against it, and it, like, took up a lot of time. And you're basically just running around and you're not getting anything out of value. So, like...
I also would not try and gank a lane when I'm that... Like, you're really, really far behind in experience because of your farming, so I would try to just... Right now, just power farm your jungle. Like, you're really far behind, you need to catch up. There's nothing... Actually... As a jungling tip in general, you will beat most lower elo junglers just by farming your jungle because people forget to do it. Like, they'll get so caught up in ganking and running around and rotating that they don't really kill their creeps, and so they're, like, not getting levels. So, if you're in doubt and you're a jungler and, like, you know that you're down in levels and you can't really exert any pressure, go farm your jungle. And then go gank bot lane because it has decent kill pressure. Wait for Morgana. You have Morgana and they have, like, Kalista Nami. If you snare Mommy, she's probably gonna die.
And I mean, same kind of thing, Nocturne. Like, if you're playing Nocturne, then, like, I don't know if they're actually paying attention right now, but if they were paying attention, they would have seen your trail and they would have been like, okay, he's at rates. Whereas, like, they don't have any wards, so you easily could have played around that and they would have had no idea where you were.
Yeah. And, like, Nocturne should, like, whereas Lee should be camping bot or top, I really think Nocturne should be putting a lot of pressure mid because, like, Victor doesn't have any escapes. I mean, he has Gravity Field,
yeah,
and then Nocturne can W that.
So a ton of field potential.
Yeah, like, this would just delete Victor if he has Nocturne damage and Nocturne Fear. But if you just let the enemy mid laner keep pushing your mid in like that, I mean, he's CSing well, which is impressive. But, I mean, like, you're letting them get pressure for no reason. Like, they don't have to be getting that pressure. They're very killable.
Build-wise, actually, stacking Doran's Blade is not very... I mean, Doran's Rings is not very useful now. It was nerfed a little while back, and, like, it's better to just not go for them if you're, like, start class. Although I do like that you picked up a sweeper Nocturne, like, and since you grabbed some wards, it's just like, it's very good to have 2 sweepers, especially whenever you are going Devour, or are you going, never mind, you're going Warrior. But, like, no, you have pretty good dragon control early. The only problem is that, you don't have a top laner with TP, so if Ribbon roams down or something, or if y'all wait until Ribbon's TP is back up, then y'all have a numbers disadvantage.
Playing the top lane. She ult late.
No, she hasn't ulted yet, I don't think.
I mean, first activation, she ulted late.
Alright, I didn't actually see what happened, Med, but...
I didn't either. Oh, that was a good pickup by Fizz, wow. Definitely an overstay on... Oh, well, no, Fizz is gonna die. Not necessarily.
I don't know, it's...
He's dead.
Yeah, bot lane, the problem is, right now, Morgana has a lot of kill pressure with her ult, because, like, if she ults you, then even though you're Kalista, like, you're not going to be able to get away unless you have flash, and then once you get stunned, then she snares you for years, and you're dead. And then, like, in addition, you have Jinx's snare, so you really just need to stay under tower and not extend at all unless you get like, a jungler gank.
I mean, and back to the Fizz Victor thing that happened in mid lane, a lot of that was just, what you have to be careful of as a jungler is that you don't want, so as the jungler, even if you're farming like fairly well, the mid laner will likely be slightly ahead of you in terms of like experience and items, like just because he's in a lane. And so you don't want to commit to a fight if your mid laner is too low when they can't help you. Like, Nocturne went in with Nocturne ult, and like Fizz wasn't really healthy enough to help him, and so he ended up losing 1v1 to Victor. And Victor has a lot of
This
ways
is
to
a
pop
nice
his
play
W.
by blue side. It's kind of risky. I don't actually never mind. He swept it, so they know that it's not warded. And really, that's just like red side should have had that warded, or at least like had Scuttle. I guess Scuttle had just spawned. So, and I like the ward that they put near blue, so they would know if somebody was coming. Like, it's good.
Oh, I see what you mean, Hobbit. So like when in the Riven Jace matchup, like Jace has the advantage 4-6 because he can just poke Riven down, and all she can do is really is like eat the auto attacks and then like try to E his Qs. But whenever she jumped on him in the creep wave in top lane, like instead of Jace using his E to knock her back, he could just like auto her with his W, and like get his minions to just beat the shit out of her. That was a good dodge, but she didn't die. Oh wow. Yeah. That was a good sidestep. And a good shield. But Jace has pretty good items. I mean, actually he has a tier, so I guess really the biggest difference is the pickaxe fertilizer.
Oh, Riven, one thing that a lot of people do against a lane like Gnar or like Jace is you actually max E first, just so you like never take any damage, and you just farm up. And then like, you don't have as much damage, but you are still Riven and you still do a lot of damage.
And you could also go Thorn Shield instead of Thorn's Blade. I mean, like, I know that you don't get the lifesteal, but considering how much...
I think I like Longsword with pots. Or, like, I just don't like Dorn, I don't like Dorn Shield on Riven. Like, I would say either Cloth Armor or Longsword.
I think any option that has more sustain is better if you're not running Teleport especially.
Yeah. Alright, that was a... I'm not actually sure if that roam is going to be worth it, Victor. Like, you're going to kill her, but his team is... Okay, never mind. They got the tower, so... Blue side should not fight this.
I think they can actually win that if this has ult.
Oh, that was a nice bubble.
Like when Victor is in a position to where he can't have any sort of peel for him, and he has like a threat like Fizz that close to him. So Fizz actually zones him from doing a lot of damage to the team, like in terms of AoE damage. Yeah, Victor can delete one person, but it's a lot more effective when Victor's like hitting everyone at once, obviously.
Alright, Lee, what you're doing right now is really risky, and like, you're not going to get anything out of it, and it's not going to be worth it. It would be like, very unlikely that anyone's going to come by there.
He also doesn't have a sweeper, so you don't want to stand in places in people's jungles when you don't have any vision, and you also don't know if you're standing on a ward. Like when you don't.
Well,
have
I guess he already knew he wasn't standing on a ward because he killed
Did
the
he have
pink.
Raptor?
Yeah, he had Raptor. But it was still like he knew that he wasn't standing on a ward, but there was nothing he could get out of it. He was basically just wasting time.
Well, I mean, like even with pinks there, like I'm a troll. I put pinks where I have greens. Because when people kill your pink, they assume that there's not a ward there.
Well, no, like he had Raptor vision, which gave him vision of the pink. Or like he already what made him know that there was a pink there, and then he killed both. I don't think there was a ward, but he knew that there wasn't a ward there. But yeah, we should definitely get a sweeper now, and then Ryan should sell his warding totem for a blue trinket.
I mean, also the Moby boots only. Like, all right, I build Moby boots only like pretty much all the time, but I feel like unless you're having like a significant impact, getting a sightstone, like unless you're like getting really fed, getting a sightstone is kind of more important. Like if you think you need to be around the map to make more plays, that's fine. But I think the sightstone would do more good. It's so wild.
I was just gonna say, like, this is the kind of game where I think that you probably should have just gone a lot more tanky at elite. Like, you didn't really make much of an impact. You only got 1 kill. Like, that's good, but you aren't far enough ahead to really warrant like getting more damage. Like I think maybe not Cinderhulk, like because Warrior's very good on him, but like Cinderhulk is also very good, and then you just become tanky as hell, and you already have a Riven, you have a Jinx, you have a Victor for damage, so your team's not going to be lacking in damage.
Typically on Lee Sin, like since his base damage is so good, I mean you pretty much always go Warrior, but like Rush, he'll sell his Warrior later on and buy Cinderhulk.
Okay. Plus,
Like,
then he can change up the
I
smite.
think like the mobility boots was not worth it, and because he wasn't having as much of an impact, like you were saying.
Nice job, Keaton. Just killing Riven.
Oh man, that double kill, that Jinx rocket. Blue team was a little overzealous there, and by a little overzealous I mean really overzealous. They were outnumbered, and like they weren't even that healthy. I think one of the things I've noticed about this Elo and the previous Elo is that choosing when to pick fights does not seem... I mean, obviously I have a little more information than they do at all times, but I mean, they can see their own health bars. They can determine whether or not, like, the siege is worth it. Or, like...
Plus, I mean, you can see what information they have.
Yeah. I meant, like, in terms of vision, but...
No, I know what I'm saying, like, you can see, like, even with their vision, like, they knew, like... Like, they knew that they were low and that they would lose that fight, and then they knew that Jace wasn't there, and they knew where Riven was, but they knew it would be a 4v4. Like,
I mean, and the other thing is that they had a turret there, like, they don't have to fight. They have, I mean, well, I will admit that their wave clear on this comp is very, very lacking. Like,
yeah,
that's
like,
why they
and,
felt pressured.
like, it's gonna be, like, decent once Callista gets, Runams, but, like, that's gonna be a while because Callista's pretty far behind.
I mean, even then, it's not Victor wave
It's not
clear.
hard,
Well, that was a damn good steal. It was legendary.
I wouldn't necessarily because your entire team's right there, so there's no point in using your ult.
For who?
Jump over the wall? No. Actually, I don't even know if you can jump over that wall.
You have to be on the top side of it. You said it wasn't worth the ult for who?
For Nocturne. Because Lee just ulted him at like 3 HP.
Oh, he just... Oh, he used his ult at the end. I thought he used his ult to get in.
Honestly, I think Fizz probably should have kept going. See, Keaton, I think that, like, basically if you're a top laner and you get ahead, you have two options. You have the option of going out and helping your team, and you have the option of, like, just staying top, forcing them to, like, send somebody top who you can beat. And usually, like, the deciding factor is the champion that you're playing and your team comp. And, like, so if you have a team comp that's going to be better at team fighting and, like, your team scales extremely hard, then you want to help out your team. But with your team comp, like, your team doesn't scale very hard. Like, Fizz is the one that needed to make picks in the first place, and, like, Fizz needed to get people ahead, but he didn't really. So, like, it probably would have been more effective if you just kind of stayed top lane, you forced a lot of pressure top, and then you just gave your time. You basically just try to give your team like time to get back, but while you were still getting significantly more ahead.
He's actually done a pretty decent job at coming back into the game, but I also feel like that's a lot of just mistakes on Blue Team's part. Like, the same thing that happened with Renekton and Jinx in the Silver game is the same thing that happened with Riven and Nocturne here. People don't respect the amount of damage that the other champion does, or maybe you don't know how much damage champion does. If you don't have any tank items and you're a Riven, like, is like decently farmed and she pops her ult and you're at half health, she's probably going to be able to turret dive you. Like, sure, you can Nocturne W the stun, but like, I'm pretty sure her ultimate even at that point will kill you. She also has a 3-level advantage, and that's a really big thing that people need to be cognizant of, is that levels mean a lot. Like, you get a lot of base stats from leveling up. So if someone has like a 2-level, 3-level advantage on you, you probably shouldn't fight them. Or like, if you're level 10 and they're level 11, that's also a huge power spike. It's not as big as like the level 1, level 2, or level 2, level 3, or like the level 5 to 6, but it still matters. And this here is like Riven and Morgana dying for free. Like, there's no vision there, they're not grouped as a team, they don't know where anyone is, and they have no turrets around them. So there's nowhere safe for them to run to, even if they were warding, just the two of them. I mean, it's good to ward in pairs, but they weren't even really together there. That was Morgana going to try and save Riven. Oh, and Riven's collection of sub-items, thank you for noticing that. One thing, okay, so building partial items is generally not a good idea. Completed items are made in such a way such that when you have them, they give you some benefit that extends beyond the power of the subcomponents. I wouldn't be able to tell you numbers off the top of my head. So like, for example, if we look at Infinity Edge, just because I build that all the time, you get 15% crit, you get 45 AD from the BF Sword, and you get 25 AD from the pickaxe. Whereas if you just finish Infinity Edge, you get 80 AD, you get 20% crit, nerf from 25, and then you get a passive, and this passive is worth its weight in gold. Like, you're only spending 600 more gold, which 645 gold will buy you what? It'll buy you almost 2 longswords, which is 20 AD. But if you complete the Infinity Edge, you get 5% more crit chance, you get 20 more AD, and then your critical strike now do 250% damage instead of 200%. That's like the idea.
Plus it's only in one slot.
Yeah, and plus
so
it only covers one slot.
You can buy wards.
Like, Riven still doesn't even have boots. I think that's a really not good decision. Like, it's hard to measure the value of movement speed, but when you're playing someone that needs to rely on engaging and like getting on top of someone immediately, like, boots are pretty important. I can understand.
Like, the only items I can really, there are a couple items that you can like stay on, like, and that a lot of people do, like what I said last game about Tiamat. And then a lot of people, like, if they're against an AD mid, they buy Seekers, but then they don't actually upgrade it to Zanyas until after another item. But, like, definitely not. And actually, I see that a lot with Brutalizer too. But, like, you never do it with all of your items.
I mean, I feel like if Riven had a completed item, she would have killed Jace. Like, if she had Tiamat, I legit think she would have killed Jace.
Yeah, probably.
But yeah, like, having too many small items is definitely, it's a really bad habit that you really gotta, break. It was a good push camp. Wow.
Yeah, that was risky. I don't think they had vision of anyone, so, and like, Dragon wasn't quite up. There was absolutely no point to do that. And I think Ryan, he needs to use his W more often this bet, because whenever you're behind, it's very useful, because you don't have to go there to ward, you just send one of those. And like, yeah, it probably won't actually get you vision of the area that you want, but it'll at least tell you that they are, like, not go there because you're gonna die.
Randy, did you play Morgana?
Yeah.
Typically, how would you max her abilities?
Oh, you max Q and then E. Oh yeah, you don't take more than 1 point in W until, like, you have to, basically. Because E, like, you're not gonna get much AP, and your W scales very well with AP, but like, it's a 1 point wonder. Pretty much, you just take it to, like, clear the back line at level 1 if you take it at level 1, or for, like, to get, like, the Stealth Thief stacks off. That's like the only reason that you use it as support Morgana. But E's shield value goes up by a lot. The cooldown goes up. Like Q is obviously the first max because the duration becomes retarded, but E is the second max.
This Jace is huge, by the way. Like, he just single-handedly solved all of their wave clear problems. He just, like, accelerated shock blast the wave and the whole thing dies, basically. Except for, like, cannon minions. It's not as reliable as most forms of wave clear, but he's so far ahead that he pretty much demolishes minion waves. I don't know if he's running... Let's see. Okay, yeah, he's running CDR per level, so he doesn't need the, Ionian boots since he has Black Cleaver. But I would, however, probably build either Ninja Tabi or Merc Treads. Probably Merc Treads because it'll help you with Riven Stun.
Yeah, I would say Merc Treads entirely for Morgana Snare.
Yeah, Morgana Snare and Victor's Stun and Jinx Trap. And also it's very good against that Riven Stun when he's trying to 1v1 her. Like, it's really good against Riven.
I was kind of crappy Riven, like I don't know. Like, you really didn't need to, like, force your ult that early. There was no way he was going to get away without flashing, and if he flashed, then that was a useless ult. Let's see, this is exactly why I don't play AD carry, because this always happens to me because I suck at it. And it's just like, if you're behind as an AD carry, there's, like, nothing you can do.
I feel like as long as I feel like what Blue Team needs to do right here is to just, like, understand that they're behind and let Jace carry them, because I think Red Team should be grouping, because the only real threat on Blue Team right now is Jace. Nocturne is squishy and does no damage. Is a decent threat right now, but he still doesn't have Zonia, so he's been vulnerable for a while, and Kalista does approximately 0 fucking damage. So, like, they could legit just run up mid. They have Victor wave clear, they have Jinx wave clear, they have Jinx siege, they have Riven to, like, counter engage. Like, they should really be grouping right now and just taking turrets. And Riven should not be trying to 1v1 Jace. Like, when you've...
No, he wasn't. Victor was there.
I mean, like... Was he there already, or did he, like, show up?
No, yeah, he was, like, on his way whenever Riven started the fight. But I really like the ward control that Red Side had a little bit ago. Like, it kind of expired now because they cleared some of it, but... Like, honestly, the wards on the map are really good from both sides.
Yeah.
Man, that 4 level advantage from Nami to Jinx. See, that's what's so strong about Morgana is, like, she can just stop him from dying.
Sad day to be Jinx. Not Jinx, yeah, Jinx. I don't know why Lee has an extra longsword in his inventory, but he does need to get rid of those mobility boots. So, mobility boots are good early game if you're snowballing and you want to pressure a lot of lanes really fast, right? Mobility boots are not good in team fights at all. Why? Because they suck as much as regular boots when, like, you get hit by anything. And so, when you're playing someone that, like Lee Sin, who needs to be peeling for his carries, needs to be mobile, needs to be Dragon's Raging priority targets in certain areas, mobility boots really screws you over. Like, it doesn't give you any benefit at that point, because if you're looking to group and team fight, like, you don't need to get anywhere any faster than the rest of your team does. So the argument about picking Devour as opposed to Warrior is that you're right in that if he's not ganking a lot, he probably should go Devour, but also at the same time you have to consider that if he builds Devour and he doesn't get it stacked, he's more useless than if he had just built Warrior. So there's a trade-off there. You could argue that since he's
damage, holy shit.
Yeah.
Wow. Is he gonna live?
No. That's some Demaglio. I mean, like, this is what Red Team should, that's why I said, like, 3 minutes ago. They should just group and push shit down. Because they're so far ahead in terms of damage, like, really the only thing that they have to worry about is Jace, like, poking them out, but
I mean, they have Morgana, so if they can flash Morgana binding, then...
It doesn't matter at that point, and if they engage on them, like, they have Riven to counter engage, they have Lee Sin kick, they have Morgana or ult, hold them in place, and I mean the only person they do have to be concerned about like Nocturne Fizz, but honestly the only person that should get to Jinx without Jinx noticing it, unless he uses Flash, is Nocturne. And whenever Nocturne does that, Morgana can just Black Shield the Nocturne Fear. And Jinx has so much damage right now that she can probably just auto him at that point.
So one thing that I've noticed that like is one of the biggest differences between skills is like how like the higher elo you get, the more you recognize when you can carry and when you have to be carried. Yeah. So like a lot of people on both sides are like trying to make plays whenever they're behind that are putting their team at a disadvantage because like they're already behind, so they're trying to make the play instead of just relying on the person who's already ahead to try to make the play.
Why did Jace
like honestly they should all just be grouping around Jace right now and like letting Jace poke it out and then disengaging if they try to engage. Like this is kind of this does a lot of damage, and now he has Zanya, so that's good. But like honestly against their team, I think that unless you can actually land the Shark on Victor or Jinx, it's pretty much better as its like disengage tool.
Yeah, I mean, and the thing that they really should have like focused on is that Victor has no sustain. So if he gets hit by a Victor Shock Blast, you know, he's not very healthy. If he gets hit by or if he gets hit 2 Shock Blasts, then he probably can't fight anymore.
Yeah. That was a good Riven TP.
Yeah. I think he's gonna get TAMU. Oh, why did Jace get Black Cleaver and not Last Whisper? Black Cleaver is actually extremely fucking good on Jace. For one, the CDR
gives him a lot of
insane. Yeah, 20% CDR, insane. More CDR, more Shock Blast. Also, he's landing against a Riven who has really high burst potential, so increasing that max HP pool is not bad at all.
And the bonus movement speed is really good.
Yep. So he can just like kite Riven out using both his auto attacks because he gets the Phage proc, right?
Yeah, he gets the Phage proc, and then he can also ear away if he like has to go into melee form.
So that Black Cleaver is crazy good in this matchup.
What?
I was just saying that Black Cleaver buy is crazy good in this matchup and just in general.
Plus, I mean, like, his Shock Blasts are going to hit multiple people and, like, apply the armor reduction to multiple people.
Yep.
So his team can benefit from it a lot.
Super play more 60% with master me get a feeling for rolling go fire skill champs.
See, honestly, like, I really like what Red Team is doing here just because the problem is, like, they have Shock Blast and then Jinx just showed herself. But, you don't really have very many people to actually tank Baron, so... that was stupid of Lee. But, like, they can Baron, but if somebody actually comes to contest Baron, then, like, they're gonna be low because they don't have somebody who's very tanky to tank it. Which is actually one of the reasons I'm not a huge fan of Riven picks, just because, like, if neither your, like, Riven or your top laner or your jungler is very tanky, then either you're going to have to rely on the support for things like tanking Baron, or you're not going to really have anyone tank Baron. And then I think actually if I were Jace right now, I would buy either like a Quicksilver, actually probably a Quicksilver, just because if he gets hit by Morgana's Snare, then he's dead. And like he's the biggest carry on his team, so he like maybe I could see also Nami buying like Mikhail's Crucible so that she could like save him from that. That would also work. Honestly, they just Jinx is such a strong pick if you don't have, if like the other team doesn't have somebody who can kill her, and like Nocturne isn't extremely strong. So like Nocturne, I don't think Nocturne in a team fight could take him out. So it has to be a combination of Nocturne and Fizz, and like if Red side just like basically just tries to peel for Jinx, then I don't know how Blue is gonna win this.
Yeah, I mean, like, on the the boots topic again, like, mobility boots don't give you any advantages in team fights whatsoever, and once you hit 33 minutes of the game, you should only be team fighting almost exclusively, unless you have someone that's just absolutely huge and can split them and you have good disengage with the other 4 people. Lee Sin
See,
is
one thing
just...
I will say though is that with Sightstone, mobility boots are okay. Just because like it gives you like you can get ward control a lot faster, which is why people often like keep mobility boots until very late in the game on like support and stuff. Where I would say on Lee, I would
support
it
it's fine, but not on Lee. Like for Lee, he's had it way too long. Like he can't actually Dragon's Rage anyone out of position because he moves slower than everyone on their team when he gets hit by something.
He has to use Flash in order to do that.
Yeah.
Right in a second. Oh, I just saw Riven is winning the game. I don't think that was worth it by Riven because there's no way she's gonna get away from this. Like she has to go all the way about, like around, and then she's gonna have to tank the tower, and she's too low to do that.
Is the Baron throwable?
That was good by red side to see that they were going to beat and stop her to capitalize it.
Alright, JK. This comes out on top.
And like you can see the ping coming down, they want to get mid turret, but honestly I don't think that's way too risky for blue side. Because like Riven has TP up again, so if like Fizz has like no HP, Nocturne doesn't have very much HP, it's pretty much just Jace. And I guess they can get the turret because blue or red side didn't like just be and then come back with the Baron buff, but
this is awkward with me being ahead of you.
How far ahead of you? Or how far ahead of me are you?
I'm 35-24.
Okay, you're like 2 seconds.
Okay. I mean, if you're just getting used to Lee Sin and like you're not like diamond, like high plat, I would not buy mobility boots on Lee Sin. I think you should just take the safe purchase and instead like itemize differently. Don't dump 475 gold when you into mobility boots when that could be an extra 200 HP or 180 HP, or I don't know. You could buy another. I mean, you could even buy another longsword with that. Like you put the risk on having the extra movement speed on the assumption that you're gonna go and make plays, and you're gonna be pressuring lanes. But in the case that you don't get anything out of it, you put 475 gold to move slower than everyone else during team fights when they actually need you to peel for them. Like especially against something like a Nocturne. Like, how are you going to keep with a Nocturne on his Q while he's diving your Jinx if you can't even move as fast as him when he doesn't have his Q movement speed bonus?
One thing I would have liked to see there is missed his ult, but it was like basically the ult was separating Victor and Jinx. So if Nocturne had ulted there, then they probably could have killed Jinx, like even though Fizz missed his ult, just because it wouldn't have had anything to do. Like they couldn't have really followed up on it.
Red team just got obliterated.
And Jinx is
That's
strong.
the power of a free casting Jinx. Like, it was really good of Fizz to like get onto Victor, but he was so far ahead of the rest of his team, and they had no real damage output going out while he was doing that. So even though he did kill Victor, like, you know, they still have a Jinx.
See, as you've seen in both of the games so far, like there is a significant disadvantage of picking a jungler that does not have a very strong like early game, like pre-6, because like Warwick couldn't really apply any pressure, and Elise didn't really apply that much pressure either. But like in this game, bot lane got completely destroyed on red side.
I think
and
the biggest
Nocturne couldn't do anything about it.
I think the biggest problem is that like I feel like bot lane was doing pretty well early on, but Nocturne wasn't paying attention to like when his power spike was. So he was trying to do stuff at not the right time. Like he should have just like played a lot like Warwick, farmed to 6, and started ulting bot lane. But he got so far behind before he even hit 6 that was never an option.
They just overstayed their welcome, honestly.
And I don't know what Victor's doing.
That in Hib.
Boy might want to back off, and Kalista doesn't want to get hit by Chaos Storm. Does she have it? Oh man, the vision! Oh man! Outskilled, boys! Man, don't face check a Victor in a brush. That's pretty funny. Yeah, there's no other word for that other than outskilled. Like, they should have easily killed Victor there, but they were kind of split, I guess. Victor also stayed. There's a lot of overstaying in this game.
Yep.
I think that's like the movement in gold right now.
Yep.
You guys gotta just learn how to spam pings to tell people to back off. Like, when you really think about it, like,
Call them shitters.
if the game paused and you took a look at what you were doing, if you looked at your life decisions that led up to that moment, you would understand that standing there for like the extra like 5 CS after you know that you just aced them and like they're gonna be coming back, and you're sitting on like 100 HP, like it's not worth it. It's 100 gold, man. I mean, yeah, maybe it might get you Infinity Edge. I understand that like you really want it, but you really want to give them 300 gold in 40 seconds to do whatever they want, especially the amount of time that you lose. Like, it's so huge. You lose pressure on the map because of that. I mean, granted, yeah, red team has a 10k lead, but there is a win condition for blue team, and it's having Kalista have more than 2 items at 40 minutes. But we're getting there.
I mean, honestly, I think the win condition now is becoming like just either fight without Riven or fight like where Riven has to TP in and it's a little bit too late on the TP, and then you kill Jinx and Victor.
Yeah, but I don't think they can do. I don't think they can kill Jinx or Victor unless Kalista does damage. Like Fizz and
yeah, I think
can
they can. I think Fizz.
I guess Jace,
like if
maybe.
Fizz and Nocturne dive, I think they could 2v2. I think they have the potential. I don't think it's guaranteed at all, but I think they could.
I mean, situations like that where they're not, that we just saw, where like the team isn't together, I think like it works out. But I think that's red team misplaying and not necessarily like their comp working out. Like, yeah.
You should not have done that. Like that, killing the Morgana is not worth losing the game.
Even with Jinx dead, like they have no way to kill the other people.
Yeah. The problem is, Fizz hadn't seen the Jinx bought a QSS for his ult.
Yeah. I mean, between QSS
and
Jinx and Morgana
there's a Jinx champion called Riven.
And it was interesting. I mean, you could see there's definite differences between the silver game and the gold game, like more than I expected, actually. But even here, like, there are some inconsistencies and problems with, like, runes, masteries, also, like, early game, just decision-making in general.
Yeah, plat, that's bullshit.
What's up?
Oh.
Alright, game number 3. So we're gonna do plat and diamond here, I think. And if there's not enough people, me or Randy will play. Let's see. I don't know if I want to play an in-house at A&M though. I'm just gonna target band. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 6, 7, 8. Alright, let's see who else shows up. Alright, Stream, you're gonna have to sit there again. It's one of those moments when there's some maintenance stuff to do. I'm gonna see. I haven't made the lobby yet. I'm working on it.
Okay.
Holy shit, that Jace tilt.
Oh, Jonathan wants to know if he's commentating the third game.
Possibly. It depends on how many people we have and if any of us have to play in it. TAMU League Bootcamp under Team Game 3 G3. I don't even know why. Count. Alright. Here it is. Good God. Alright, so we got the young Delta Drake, the young McFlyman, God, I'm playing normals with all these people. Awkward. Magnary. Shoot the Whoop 12. Mr. Piggy. Colombiano. Okay. And Chills. I know also Spieler was here earlier. I don't know if he's still available. Or Osler Spieler. I don't know what that means. It looks German. One, two, three, four, five. Alright, let me get on my main account. I can probably find. Hey, come enter the pick a team, Randy.
Okay.
So I can give you leader. I'll get on my main account. I
Yo,
can
Randy,
find.
give me an invite.
I can find enough diamond and platinum people to do this. Alright, let me give you. Alright, you can invite other players. I'm gonna leave. I'm gonna switch accounts. Do you get LP for winning custom games?
You get IP, but you don't get
IP,
LP.
IP, my bad. IP.
Wait, we don't get LP for this shit?
I know, right?
No.
Dude, that's why I
Man, how am I
tilted.
supposed to get Challenger now?
What about RP?
Yeah, you could get RP.
Oh, sweet.
Dude, that's the fucking move.
Steal it.
10 leagues dashboard. We lost 13 viewers. Come back. This is the game, boys. Also, Spieler will be there in 10 or less. Okay, my bad. I see now. Dude, I'm gonna. Is the gatekeeper gonna play? Your ranked team, what with Turtles 2, has been demoted to Lee Sin Soldiers Platinum 5. Damn. Damn, boys. Pass me invite privileges. It does Os equals out, Spieler equals player, but it's no word. Oh. It's my. I have a German. That's great. Yo, hit me with the young invite privileges, Randy.
Oh shit, I thought I gave it to you.
Alright.
There you go.
Hey, Khalil, I thought you hit diamond yesterday
You
again.
didn't give me it yet. I stopped playing. I think I'm like plat 1 right now. Yeah.
How late did you stay up last night then?
Last night? Dude, I was up for like
Yeah.
forever. I did like my homework and shit though. Mr. Nazi in the house. What does TAMU stand for? Amumu with tuberculosis. Two days, just bought this account, solid. I still don't have invite privileges, Randy.
Okay, how do you keep not getting invite privileges? Like, I give it to you, and then...
Randy's trolling you.
Randy's trolling
Nah,
me
dude,
somewhere.
do you have invite privileges right now?
I don't.
I
Just re-invite me. Alright, I got it. Give me ISOC. Pirates chills. I do not. Might as well invite some good players. YOLO. And they're all A&M people too, so let's see if they join.
Oh, this is actually going to be an interesting match.
Yo, Randy,
now.
you commentate this hoe.
What?
Can you stream from where you are?
I don't have like any of the shit downloaded.
Oh, true.
Andrew might though.
Andrew,
Or
can you
Andrew-
stream? Wait, Jonathan can stream. I'm an idiot.
What? No, I can't.
You can't?
No. I don't have anything installed on my computer. I can stream if you want me to like spend like 20 minutes.
Yeah, because I have to like update my shit too.
I had to download the shit and fix it.
Whatever. I'll do a fucking informational because it seems like we're lacking people anyway.
Wait, what?
I mean, if I can just stream it from my perspective if I play.
Or I can just play and then you can stream it.
Oh, that's why I said it depends on how many people we have. And also, but I mean, at the same time, the reason why I said me is because there are people that are like higher ranked than me right now, so it seems very counterintuitive. I mean, I was the same rank as them a week ago, but you know, that was a week ago. Things change. I want people to feel like there is some semblance in credibility in the analysis. Invite Mackies. Oh, Mackie X. Mackie X is not available for invite. Things change just like plat 4. Get it right.
Wait. How about
Diamond
Jonathan? Wait, how about Jonathan streams on Khalil's computer and then Khalil plays on Jonathan's computer?
That sounds like cancer. I mean, we could do that.
Yeah.
Wait, Johnny, it doesn't take 20 minutes to set that shit up.
I'm using this really weird setup that runs my monitors off my internal GPU, just because I didn't bring a DisplayPort cable. So like, if I stream, it completely fucks up every single setting. It takes me like 20 minutes just to set it up correctly. I mean, I can do it, but
yeah, go ahead and start.
I mean, what we could do is we could just have them play a normal and then we spectate that.
Oh, true.
I can sit out.
Here, I'll be right back.
I mean, yeah. Alright, Andrew, go over to Team 2. Oh, this worked out.
Plats versus diamonds.
I mean, y'all figure out teams, I don't care.
I don't care.
I feel like you
we
guys
can
do
make
not
this
want to go with the
whatever we
setup though.
want.
You guys really don't want to. I mean, you can. You guys.
Oh, you'll be surprised. We will lose this.
Yeah,
You
I
have
can
two
see that
support
happening.
mains on the same team. Does anyone play mid lane on your team?
I could, but
I think Bodacious
Azir's
Hammer
nerfed.
plays mid.
Does he? I think he plays AD and jungle.
I play mid occasionally.
Rip.
But John, you're a support main, right?
I'm a support main, but I can play anything. I'll play mid or top. I think Peter can jungle.
I can do jungle and mid as well.
Nah, you can go support.
Okay.
Curse voice or Discord? That feel when Randy is the highest elo in the room. What happened? What is A&M come to?
Well, you see, everyone else graduated.
Oh shit. Yo, Andrew, can you just commentate with us? Because also Spieler wanted to play. I completely forgot that he said he wanted to play in
That's
something else.
fine.
Yeah, okay. Invite. This is. Fuck. I can't.
Who you want me to invite? Oh, Ospiwise. I haven't seen him in like forever.
I know he plays AD for sure. You have two support mains on your team, by the way. That's hilarious.
We have two support mains. We have two AD mains.
Actually,
we have three AD
like
mains.
3 support mains, because I forgot that fucking Butt Pirates mains Thresh. He's more of a bot lane player, but he plays a lot of AD though, so he's like technically an AD main, but so is also Spieler, I think. No longer Plat v Diamond. What's the word called? Oh, Spank and Muffin just tried to join. Get fucked.
Oh, you want me to invite him? Because I can.
Oh yeah, we can do that. Yeah, get Spank and Muffin in here. Invite Spank and Muffin. Random me a champ, I'll kick freelancer's ass. Said no one ever.
Yeah, I mean, we did beat Freelancer in lane by. Oh, I remember me and Joey swapped mid, and we beat him in lane by like 20 CS.
I messaged Spank and Muffin to tell him that we're making room for him. My friends list is broken. Like, it's literally fucking broken. It says I have 89 friends online, and I can only see Thunder Jolter. Like, what kind of troll shit is this client?
They just AFK too.
Is he? You're kidding. Click invite on the right side. Type in Spank and Muffin. Do people really not know how to invite people on the client? Yo, why is it the most hyped game of the night and it has the lowest viewership?
I think everyone's like tired. Maybe
Probably.
getting ready for school tomorrow. I should be finishing my homework. Or fuck that
No
shit.
room.
Alright, I'm back. Did we get enough people?
Well, Bodacious, yeah, he's back.
Yeah, now they have a mid laner, the Dream.
Here we go.
He goes, huh?
And they're also not on voice comm, so. Or they're like in the middle of something. Ah, whatever. They'll figure it out one day, one way or another. Look at that band, Fiora. Pharaoh's a good band, but no one on the purple team actually plays top, so I'm not sure how useful of a band that is. Because
No, this
do
is
need
the
some
part where
semblance
you
of skill
find
to play
someone on
Fiora.
the enemy team to target ban, and you ban all 3 of their champions so that they're tilting before the game even starts. When you see your image on Nox's wall. I should increase the quality of the stream, what the fuck?